This is a story that we found out was it? It's less than 24 hours. I sent it to you guys, right?
I saw it a couple days before that.
But I figured it was worth putting in because it is pretty interesting. Because honestly, judging by what we've seen from Marvel Studios, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. So
pulling out all the stops.
So there are some potential spoilers for Doctor Strange in this. There was some leaked set photos came out, and there was a. You okay?
I'm sorry. I can't stop coughing.
Oh, can you pull up the set photos?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find them.
This is terrible podcasting.
So, says you. Yeah, I see. That's the thing is like all the articles are like, oh my god, is that Tom Cruise as Tony Stark?
So yeah, let's actually get into it.
Yeah,
there's rumors that Tom Cruise is going to be joining the MCU in Multiverse of Madness as an alternate version of Tony Stark.
Yeah,
which I think would be cool.
I'm
into it.
Oh god!
But the reason why they're
Tommy
doing
Boats,
it,
absolutely.
But the reason why they're doing it is because before RDJ signed on, before Jon Favreau got on, originally the idea was for Tom Cruise to be Iron Man, like that. And Nicolas Cage also came up in conversation. So
was that that's been announced before?
Burke, if you want to cut to my, but basically this is the pictures that
what am I looking
are
at?
leaking out.
Oh my god!
It
looks like
he looks like a weed dealer.
Yeah,
yeah.
He looks so like. Come on.
He looks like Pedro Pascal.
A little bit. Kinda.
Can you zoom in on that?
Enhance. That's
holy shit.
That I believe I
like Christian
I could
Bale
buy
a
it.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, da-da-da-da.
I mean, honestly, like I like Tom Cruise. I think he would actually be really funny. I think it would be a funny take.
I think it would be cool to see
Iron
him,
Man.
To see him just like in like a fun little cameo role. I
don't need him in multiple movies.
Just saying, it'd be cool. A cool way to not like stamp all over Iron Man's arc, but also still have Iron Man in the franchise.
Still keep him in there.
Yeah.
Like he's very similar to the RDJ Iron Man. You just get it without the RDJ Iron Man.
Yeah.
Or Mission Impossible crossover.
It has to be like the lightest
I'm into
little
that.
touch of Iron Man. It's just like, here is an
Maybe
homage
almost
to him.
like how they use Captain Marvel as like Deus Ex Machina. Maybe you get a little Tom Cruise. He comes to save the day when you need him. That'd be nice.
So you guys,
Tommy Boats always drops in at the right time.
So if this is true, which I personally don't think it is, if this is true,
do we know for a fact
What are
that's
the
on the
larger
set of
implications?
Doctor Strange?
yes.
Okay.
If that is true, that would be fucking wild. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it is true, but I don't think it's true. The other
Why
thing,
not?
the other rumor that is going around.
Now, why don't you think it's true? Because you don't think that's Tom Cruise?
I think Tom Cruise is so far on another planet, like producing
With
movies by
Xenu.
himself. Like he's gonna make a fucking movie in space. You know what I mean? Like
So how
that
does
man stops at
if they,
nothing.
If they
He's
offered
too
him a
high-
cameo,
Stops at nothing.
it's too high profile, dude. I don't think he like gets or understands the MCU at all. Like
I disagree.
he is
Angelina
a fucking-
Jolie's been in the movie.
He is a fucking.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, but like you guys are missing the point. This is Tom Cruise. This is a guy who generates $550 million a year outside of the box office. This guy is
my
such a
thought
high
is-
profile individual that like just his name being on the movie is enough to sell 100 million in tickets on opening weekend. They put in scripts Tom Cruise type. And if they send it to his agent, he gets back in 1 hour to tell you if he's doing your movie or not.
That sounds
like this is
sounds
the
like
sounds
this is-
ridiculous.
like a
And,
Paul
like-
Bunyan myth making.
when he does I mean, you guys heard the recording of him like chewing out his crew. Like he's fucking serious business. Like
You just tell me he reads a script in an hour?
he was not lying when
He probably
told
has a
that-
team that will read it, people that he trusts that will read it and give him the
1 through 50.
Yeah.
He has a
50 through 100.
big
Guys,
blue
there's-
ox that,
there is
that reads the script for him every hour.
a big blue. You guys, there's a
Who's his babe?
What happened to Shelley Miscavige, though? That's what I want to know.
I mean, that's another thing too.
That's
is
all I'm
that
saying.
like he's also
Let's not get into it. We
he's
don't
also,
want anybody
he's
coming
he's
after us.
He's also we're dude. If Leah Remini's still alive, we're small fish.
That's true.
That's very true. Yeah.
Tom Cruise is also a Scientologist, and
he's crazy.
Scientologists,
Absolutely
Scientology
crazy.
is incredibly powerful institution in the United States, and like, I personally don't think that any business, like, you notice how Tom Cruise is in charge of all his own shit, because I don't think anybody wants to invite that into their business. Like he
don't know.
he co-produces the Mission Impossible
Here's-
movies with Paramount.
I can
Like, you know how
picture
much money that
Pat.
takes.
Tom Cruise is notoriously a nice guy, right? And I think he's got a tremendous amount of goodwill, and people in Hollywood like him, despite
Right.
all that. I could totally see
But then there's all the
MCU
Scientology-ness.
offering him a small cameo and him being like, "Yeah, let's do it. That'd be great."
Kind of like you know what, was he a producer on Tropic Thunder?
No.
Because
Just the cameo.
yeah, it was just that cameo, and I think it's I don't know the full
I don't
story.
think that's more of a supporting role.
Yeah,
than it can be.
yeah.
But the way that
But-
it goes was that he heard they were making it, and his critics said he couldn't. Do
he's
comedy.
not funny. Yeah,
So he called
yeah,
Ben
yeah.
Stiller and said, "I want to be in your movie,
and I want to be to prove that I'm funny.
to prove that I'm funny." And he's like, "Well, I got one role left," and he's like, "I'll take it." And so that's how they got him, and he was perfect.
Yeah,
it was
no,
awesome.
I didn't even know it was him until the end of the movie. I had no clue that it was him.
I'm so mad about this because my mom went to go see Tropic Thunder in theaters, and then she got out of it, and she was like, "Oh my God, Tom Cruise was so funny. You'll never guess who he was. He was the agent." I was like, "Why would you set it up like that and then ruin it?"
I remember when he walked on screen, I was just like, "What?" I was like, I immediately knew. I was like, Tom Cruise, really? I love the arm makeup and the.
And that's the thing. He was under so much makeup. I didn't actually know it was him, which made me love it so much better. When all of a sudden I'm watching it with my brother and he just like, Tom Cruise, that's who it is, like halfway through the movie. And I was like, this is way better now. So the fact that he did that movie just to prove that he was funny, I could buy what you're saying, that they called him up and like, hey, you want to be a part of it?
I just feel like this is too big of a bluff.
How about this?
Like, it's too. I think.
How about
it's-
this? Let me throw this one at you. And this is not based on anything. This is just me just thinking. Bring Edward Norton back as the Hulk.
Yes.
An
Yes.
alternate Hulk.
Well, he would be mad because he wouldn't be able to
Make
write
him
the
Red
fucking
Hulk.
Script.
Make him fucking
By the
Red
way,
Hulk.
I hope we don't do this. I hope we don't just descend into like
Every single
This
person.
is the downfall of Marvel.
into like, oh, let's you know those fan casting rumors from years ago? Let's get alternate versions of them for like cameos, or like we need an Iron Man. We'll get Tom Cruise for one movie and we'll pull him out of a different
Yeah,
universe.
they're just fucking around at this
Yeah.
point. They're just like, let's just fucking do this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're doubling down on
and
the
then
multiverse.
just opens up a fucking a portal and it's just a UC acceptance test. Matt, close the portal.
No, no, no,
Close it.
I'm shutting this down.
The grind train
I'm
starts
shutting
moving
this
through.
down.
It's like the seat in the ring where she comes out of the TV.
No, stop it. Stop it. Close it.
Grind train.
Okay. All right, we're
All
done.
right, we're done.
We're done.
Are you? You finished?
I'll never be finished with the grind.
The grind train never stops.
Grind train, don't stop.
You can take the man out of the grind train,
It's
but you can't
really-
take the grind
it's
train out of the
really
man.
All it really is just 2.5 hours of edging, and then you go home and you blow your load in the
Are you
bathroom.
talking about Multiverse of Madness?
Yep.
Would you like to see Tom Cruise as Iron Man? How about Edward Norton as the Hulk?
Just edging in their bathroom,
Just bring him.
grind training, and then edging. All right,
The future of Marvel movies.
looks bright. I gotta say, it looks bright.
No, but I mean, they're doubling down on multiverse stuff. To think
Yeah.
that it's like they're not going to do that is just ridiculous. There's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
think
it's the
Tom-
only
I
way
don't
to
think it's Tom-
expand.
I don't think it's Tom Cruise
With
as
the
Iron
same
Man.
characters.
Well, I mean, they do
Listen,
have
if it
they have a
is-
huge slate of new characters coming. I mean, we got Blade right around the corner. We have what was Kit Harington's character? In
Night.
Black Knight.
Black
Knight.
Knight. It's like we're Harry Styles. Just that one movie alone had 3 brand
Yeah, we're
new
running
Marvel
out of
heroes.
fucking actors to do all
Yeah.
of this shit
Yeah.
with.
So I don't think it's not like we need to expand, but I think like this whole
you guys
next
see
phase
that-
of Marvel is multiverse. There's going to be alternates of everybody.
Yeah.